am in Hanoi, Vietnam. And this is the street where I am staying. There's my hotel. But this is typical Hanoi. Just like home. We got a few bikes here, scooters. So I haven't mentioned it, I'm in the old quarter of Hanoi. I've been walking a few blocks and it looks like one gigantic flea market, but it's pretty cool. Never stops. Right, we're at a local coffee shop and they have these little seats like you're in kindergarten. That's where you gotta sit. I almost fell off my chair. But I need some strong coffee so I can wake up. Are these mostly families eating together?
Family or friends.
Or friends, yeah.
When they meet each other, so for some food.
Those hens.
Yeah, hens and
Rooster. Alright. Looks like rice.
Vermicelli.
Oh, vermicelli.
Yeah, with
fruit.
mango.
What is that?
Bamboo shoots.
Bamboo shoots. Okay. Seafood.
Yeah, they boil the crab.
Oh yes.
Make the soup.
Make the soup with the live crabs there.
Yeah. Mix with the wood and we stir it. Put it in the filter. To get it. That's the
What are
water.
those?
The little snail.
Snails. Okay. I think I'll pass on that.
In an hour you will be very busy.
Oh, and so in an hour be busy. So right now it's not busy. Okay. These are tiger prawns over here. And other kind of prawns. Scallops. A lot of food. A lot of food. That looks, I think that's tofu over here. So here we have the pig's tail, pig's feet. Which I will not be eating that. Frogs. Frog. Oh, they're live frogs. Wonderful. Reminds me of my biology class.
The way people kill it.
Oh, she's killing it right now. I think that looks disgusting. This should be bizarre foods. And where's Andrew Zimmern? Yeah. Well, so people like that. It's a delicacy. We have some beef here. Good.
Banana flour.
What is that?
Banana flour.
Banana flour?
And they slide it for make the salad. Banana flour salad. They
Okay.
slide it, yeah? Like the pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds.
These are all different seeds here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So black beans, green
Black beans?
yeah. Sticky rice.
Oh, where's the sticky rice?
Oh, that side. The
Okay.
round one. The second one in the middle.
Okay.
Second row in the middle. Yes. And the pickle lemon. Pickle lemon.
These are dried squids. they sell pho,
Yeah, pho.
which is the famous soup of Vietnam. What is that?
Yeah,
That big
that's
thing
the
here.
mushroom fungus.
Oh, that's a mushroom fungus down here.
And this is like the spicy corner.
This is spicy corn. It looks like, yeah, look like hot peppers.
Yeah.
Nice color. Okay, looks like garlic.
The white one, garlic.
Garlic, yep.
The brown one, onion.
Onions. This market is everything. What I like about it, it's very quiet here. So what are these?
Ginger.
That's ginger.
Ginger and yellow ginger. Yeah, and also garlic over the side.
I smell something. Alright, I'm getting a headache from that honking. Well, it's a pretty cool market. They got a lot of different things here. So, it never ends. It keeps going. Mushrooms. Fungus. Tourists coming through. This is a wild place, I gotta say. This is a flower market, very nice. Beautiful flowers, wow. Little dinner. These are beautiful flowers they have. Look at that, wow. It's a blacksmith strip, all right. All right, this block makes things for funerals, the altar block. These are all decorations for funerals.
Yeah, like flag, take the spirit. The dusty. Yeah.
What's that up there in the yellow?
That's for to take the funeral.
That's a funeral procession.
Yeah.
Okay. For a funeral procession. Is this Beer Street?
Yeah.
All right.
Round this corner.
Oh, they run the
See the
corner.
little chair?
Yes.
Sitting round here? Yeah.
Little chairs mean Beer Street. Okay.
The little beer corner.
Okay.
So when the French they invested, so they renovated this area, so people are not allowed to repair it.
So the French refurbished it. How long ago did they do that?
Last year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
Yeah. So like to remain, everything like to remain.
I see no traffic light. I see no crosswalk, but I do see my light flash in front of my eyes if I try to cross the street. Good. All right, my insurance is not that good. My deductible is very high, so don't hit me. Don't hit me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. And go again. Don't kill me. 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 And I made it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Woo! Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Oh! Slow down. Slow down. Thank you. I am still alive in Hanoi. getting the hang of that. This
guy from Hanoi.
We are in Hanoi and we are at the mausoleum of Ho Chi Minh. I just went inside and the body is laying in state. And this is the outside of the mausoleum. And here is a close-up. President Ho Chi Minh. So there's a line right now. And there is the flag of Vietnam. And Twy, you just tell me about Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, so Ho Chi Minh, he was born in 1890 in like a Mandarin family. His father used to be a Mandarin and corrupted royal, so he refused and earned a living as a teacher.
As a teacher.
And Ho Chi Minh, he left Vietnam in 1911 for France to learn how the French government they run the country. And then he traveled to France, and then he traveled to colonial countries like Africa. And then he went to America.
You went to America?
Yeah, he stayed in Boston, and then he come back to the France, and then traveled to England, to Russia. And Russia, he read Lenin's doctrine, how to liberate the colonial countries. So that's one party on behalf of the people.
Okay, and then so he fought against the French.
Yeah.
Before the Americans, before what they call the American War.
Yeah.
Then he fought against the Americans, and then he died in 1969. You said.
1969.
Okay.
So he busted into tears, and then he went to China and set the Communist Party up in China in 1930.
Interesting.
Yeah. And in 1941, he came back to Vietnam after 30 years away. And he led us the guerrilla war against the French. And at that time, the Japanese, the Second World War occurred. So Japanese took over China and they flew over Vietnam and disarmed the French and they power Hanoi. They ran Hanoi. So Ho Chi Minh, he fought against the French and the Chinese, Japanese.
And the Americans.
Yeah, Japanese later, American later.
So he was very successful, very successful leader of
he
Vietnam.
took the opportunities. So when the Japanese surrendered to the United Nations, so Ho Chi Minh, he launched the August Revolution. So it was completed like the victory.
Yes.
And on September the 2nd, he stood right on the temple that side, because there were 3 temples in this area. He stood on the middle one and read the Declaration of Independence given to the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. So September the 2nd was chosen to be our national day. And to the year 1946, so to the United Nations agreement, so the British Army, they will come to Vietnam to the south to disarm Japanese. And in the north, the Chinese Kuomintang will disarm Japanese. But to the secret agreement between the French and British. So the British disarmed Japanese and they handed it to the French. And French, they re-counter attack Ho Chi Minh's government. So we have another 9 years fight against the French. And French left Vietnam in 1954 after Dien Bien Phu, the battle, the decisive battle. So French left Vietnam in 1954 after nearly 100 years in Vietnam.
Wow.
They came to Vietnam in 1858 and left in 1954. So Vietnam will have like the reunification election in 1955, but to stop the invasion of the communism, so American they set another direction in South called Republic, and we have the 20 years civil war. And Ho Chi Minh mission was not completed. He died in 1969 at the age of 79.
Okay.
So in his will, he wanted to be cremated, and people would throw the ash in the 3 parts of the country, north, central, and south.
Oh, he wanted to be cremated, but he was not.
But the political bureau and the military and a lot of the unions, they decided to keep his body. So for the junior generation, you can see him in flesh, like he's still
still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we built when American left Vietnam in 1973. The mausoleum was built and completed in 1976, and opened officially on September the 2nd in 1976 up to now.
Great.
Yeah. And 1976 we have the reunification election. So Saigon was changed into Ho Chi Minh City, and Vietnam changed into like Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Yeah.
And we use that name since that time.
All right. Well, thank you, Tua.
Yeah.
The Presidential Palace of Vietnam was built between 1900 and 1906 to house the French Governor General of Indochina. It hosts government meetings, but is not open to the public. The palace is linked to Vietnam's French colonial past, which is why Ho Chi Minh, president and founder of Communist North Vietnam, declined to live here. These are the cars of Ho Chi Minh. This first one was bulletproof. This is House 54, where Ho Chi Minh used to live. He refused to live in the presidential palace because he felt he should not live in such opulence when the country was poor. He wanted to set a good example. So he lived in a pretty humble house.
Since 1954, when the French.
This is just outside the house. In 1958, a stilt house was built in the palace gardens to serve as Ho Chi Minh's residence and office. He lived here from 1958 to his death in 1969. Ho Chi Minh was known affectionately as Uncle Ho. The design of Uncle Ho's stilt house, as it was known, is based on traditional houses from the Vietnamese Northwest, which reminded Ho Chi Minh of the houses where he took refuge from the French while he was still a revolutionary. There are only 2 rooms in the stilt house, both of which are no larger than 100 square feet, and contain Ho Chi Minh's limited personal effects. The house even lacks a toilet. This is the One Pillar Pagoda, built in 1049. The One Pillar Pagoda is an historic Buddhist temple and is regarded as one of Vietnam's 2 most iconic temples. The original name of the pagoda was Dien Hu, which literally means long-lasting happiness and good luck. The temple is built of wood on a single stone pillar, and it's designed to resemble a lotus blossom, which is a Buddhist symbol of purity. Over its 1,000-year history, the One Pillar Pagoda has been destroyed and rebuilt many times. It was last rebuilt in 1955 after the French destroyed it before leaving Vietnam. According to legend, the goddess of mercy, Quan Am, appeared to King Li Tai Tong in a dream. The king was old, childless, and sought a successor. In the dream, the goddess handed the king a son while seated on a lotus flower. The king then took a farmer girl as a concubine and had a son who became the successor to the throne, all of which was forecasted by the goddess. The king built the pagoda in honor of the goddess of mercy. This is the Temple of Literature that is dedicated to Confucius, the philosopher. Confucius was a Chinese thinker and philosopher who lived from 551 to 479 BC. His philosophy emphasized personal and governmental morality, correctness of social relationships, justice, and sincerity. He believed in the golden rule: what you do not wish for yourself, do not do to others. Confucius's works are studied in many Asian countries, including China, Korea, Japan, and Vietnam.
Okay.
The temple hosts the Imperial Academy, which was Vietnam's first national university. It was built in 1070 at the time of King Li Han Tong and was established within the temple to educate Vietnam's bureaucrats, nobles, royalty, and other members of the elite. The university remained open from 1076 to 1779. In 1802, the Nguyen monarchs established a new Imperial Academy in Hue, the new capital of Vietnam. The academy at the Hanoi Temple lost its prominence and became a school.
The middle, that's Confucius.
This statue of Confucius stands in the Great House of Ceremonies at the far end of the fourth courtyard of the Temple of Literature. This large red lacquered statue of Confucius depicts him seated on a throne at the main altar of the temple, with the palms of his hands facing toward one another at chest level. Resting comfortably. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Looks like it's on a Sunday, but it's a little busy here. But I've been walking a lot, so this makes it much easier. One reason why there's so many motor scooters is because the taxes are so high on buying a car. I think it's like a 300% tax, so no one can afford them. This is obviously a much quicker way of getting around anyway. Hey, you guys taking a rickshaw too? Or maybe it's called a Cyclo. I don't know what they call it here. A lot of hanging out here. Alright, we're at the beer corner. I was here 2 or 3 days ago, but it's much more happening now. People are actually drinking beer. Different kinds of coffees. Cafe, yes. It's like a lot of candy. More candy. This must be the candy street. It's like Candyland. Now it's coming back. Carpets. More carpets. And more carpets. Wow, the sun's out in Hanoi, unbelievable. The first 2 days I was here, it rained pretty much the whole time. Yeah, this is where the action is right here. This is the old market. A little more wide open here. We're in the middle of this street. So I guess you could say it's a little hectic here in the old quarter. There's actually a light here. Wow. Here we go. On your mark, get set, go! Woo-hoo-hoo! This is exciting. Yeah. As long as you don't get hit. Making bamboo sticks. This is the metal area, blacksmiths. I think they're selling the coffees and teas here. Maybe some other stuff. I think we're on the closed street. Coming through. I just want to get through this alive. Little pig. Traditional massage, yeah, right. It's dinner time, people are starting to eat. Right on the street. It's an old heritage house. Well, I'm almost out of batteries. So what I want to say is if you're in Hanoi, take one of these rickshaws or cyclos and for an hour, and you can really see the town, especially the old quarter. Well, it's my last night in Hanoi, going to Hawaii tomorrow morning. I'm gonna miss this place. want to check out the lake because it's actually sunny today, unlike the other day. I want to get this nice bridge over here. Very nice. I think it leads to a temple. Somebody mentioned there's a night market. I have no idea where it was. I just happened to be walking around and here it is. This night market is humongous. It just keeps going and going. It's Sunday night, 8 o'clock. And I'm kind of toward the end on one side, but it just goes for blocks and blocks. Can someone translate, please? This is the end of the market, finally. Pretty colorful, though. I'm back at one of my favorite places. But the traffic is not stopping. All sorts of transportation are available. Well, I need to say goodbye to Hanoi soon, but I would love to come back here one day. It's pretty cool.